student-friendly school, the monster that scares creativity. I stand before you today because of a personal incident with my sister. She came home one day crying as she was criticized by her teacher for contradicting her teacher's way in a math problem, just because she posed an alternate method to solve the problem. This incident evoked the thoughts in me to present on this topic: are schools killing creativity? We live in a very mathematical world. There's nothing that we do that is not mathematics. If you observe the structure of your face, the structure of your brain, in terms of symmetry and so forth. Nature itself supports this topic and is a silent advocate of creativity. 4 plus 3 equals 7. 5 plus 2 equals 7. 7 plus 0 equals 7. 6 plus 1 equals 7. There are many more ways to reach the same number 7. Therefore, the options that one has in life is structure for creativity. However, if we treat life as 4 plus 3 equals 7 only, then we are denying different opportunities to reach the same goal. So, what is creativity? Any ideas? Yeah? Okay.
Free thought.
So, in a school's context, creativity is a student's ability to use information innovatively. When I say that schools are killing creativity, I mean that they're denying students the opportunity for self-expression to the degree where it is so dormant that students are not motivated to activate their talent, and consequently, their potential is suppressed. Albert Einstein once said, "Everybody is a genius, but if we judge a fish's ability to swim, fish's ability to climb a tree, then it will live its life believing it is stupid." So, to begin with, schools kill creativity in the aspect of self-expression. Every child is born with a knack to do something. Some can paint without even being taught to paint. Some can solve problems without being taught to solve problems. Some can even dance or sing or do the arts without even being taught to do those things. Everybody has a purpose. However, when they do not get to self-express, they will not have a chance to develop these skills. Your talent is helped by self-expression. If I do not paint, then when will I know that I have the ability to paint? Skill is simply just the ability to do something. If children are not given the chance to better their skills, then how will they become an asset to the society? We as students are constantly told that you can be anything you want in life, but we are restricted to certain options. Many schools focus mainly on factual subjects, such as math, English, and sciences, and not the arts. Also, in the factual classes, such as mathematics and the sciences, children are not able to express their views on solving problems and experimenting. Students are constantly bashed for raising unique ways in order to do certain experiments and problems. As I previously stated, the incident with my sister herself, this point is evident. In art classes, painting can be done using different brushes and different techniques to portray the same theme. Although this can be done, instructors confine students to a box, which limits their creativity and imagination to one specific idea. We're also constantly told that degrees are the way to go. Get a degree and you're set for life. Well, who knows? Maybe in the next 25 to 30 years, jobs may not even depend on your degree. So the question is, how are we going to educate the future generation to divulge and explore their creative skills? The answer? Let the students be self-expressive. Make the classroom environment one that is accepting to all ideas and all opinions. Let our generation be fearless to express. Equally important, there are alternate methods of problem solving. What happens when schools put all children in one box? That's where the killing comes from. The students are expected to conform to one and only one ideal. Literature classes are a perfect example of this. A class of 30 is told to read and analyze a poem. This same poem can be interpreted 30 different ways, 30 divergent ways. However, the teacher completely disregards these thoughts, and forces the students to memorize her correct way of interpreting the poem. But merely, the students have not memorized the poem, they have not learned the poem, they've memorized it only. Each student's unique idea shows that he or she has a purpose in this world and can make a change. This also speaks to the aspect of limitations and open-mindedness. Teachers expect us to be open-minded to all ideas, but if they're not open to ours, how are we to follow their command? I would like to share an event with you. You may have heard this before, but I would still like to remind you. There was a Christmas pageant, and a 3-year-old was casted in it. The scene where the 3 wise men arrived. So the young boy was the one that was supposed to give the frankincense. So this boy he forgot his lines and said, "Yo, Frank sent this." This shows that this boy, this would have been hilarious, but this shows that this boy had the skills to improvise on the spot and be spontaneous and everything. Look, this may be hilarious, but this brought life to the plate. Yeah. However, this creativity is short-lived. Even at drama classes in many institutions, it is just memorizing lines and delivering them with expression. Sometimes children are not even allowed to add their own nuances to the script. If we're not even allowed to add our own twist in a place where we are expected to express ourselves, then how do we be creative? Many people may contradict my views on this topic. Are schools really killing creativity, or you are just non-conformative? The question they may ask. Well, let us take a walk down memory lane. The greatest minds of that time, such as Einstein, Newton, and Edison, faced a lot of backlash on their ideas. However, they were handed some creative liberty, and they are the reason why our world is here today. The reason for killing creativity is nothing but fear. Fear that students will one day become smarter than teachers themselves, so they squash creativity. In today's day and age, we are at the peak of technology and advancements, and we think that this is enough. Our generation is channeled to do something that will keep the growth of our world stagnant. Imagine if Thomas Edison's generation was channeled the way we are today. Would we enjoy the luxuries we have today? No. Due to the lack of room for opinions and open-mindedness, the critical thinking skills of children are at stake. If we continue like this, the world will go into the tragedy of mechanical living. To conclude, every child was born for a particular purpose. If schools put everybody in this one box, this deprives them of the chance for them to walk in their purpose. Everybody is wanted to follow the same road and pursue basically the same thing. But in truth, each one is destined to pursue something more. This is perhaps the greatest mistake and problems of this business of killing creativity. The development of purpose is lost to society. At the end of the day, if schools encourage creativity and inculcate wealth, then society will have the potential to become a more inordinate one. If schools do not kill creativity, then it is not only a benefit to the child, but the whole world. There's always a method to a child's madness. Maybe that child's madness will be the change that is needed for this human race. However, the teachers as a school system are blocking this creativity and squashing the potential that is much necessary to the society. They are losing, as they do not know the value of the minds that they are destroying. There's a price to pay for everything, and so the question is, if schools are allowed to continue with this line of education, then what price will society pay and what will be the cost to humanity? Thank you for